Supervision is key, but control is crucial. Parenting is not governance, it is more like being intentional and caring in a very appropriate way. Welcome to Boa Community Voice, and it's a time out with Oma where we shall be navigating through very important topic that has to do with parenting, child giving, and all that. All right, today, guess what? I am not going to be doing this topic alone. I'm so excited because I am going to be doing this topic with a very sophisticated and smart woman. A woman that is very extraordinary and intentional mother. Yes, I want to use that mother because most of you there that are eyeing her already. She's a mother of not one, not two, in fact, a community. Join me, make welcome my own big sister. Yes, I just adopted her as my big sister and I'm not sharing it with anybody. All right, join me, make welcome the most amazing, the most smart, the most eloquent woman in the studio today. She's not a person, but my own sister, Mrs. Nodiogo Linda.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Yes, thank you. In fact, you're part of what we do here. Yesterday we had Jessica, and I was so excited. I was like, this is a clear statement of Abo, Ama, Amo, Ife, Toro. I hope I'm getting it correctly. Yes, that kind of thing. I was like, I know where the source is. Yes, So, I'm very excited to have you around. All right, if you're just joining us now, you're quite early because we're yet to unveil the topic of today. Whenever you see her in the studio, you should know what we're about to discuss. It has to do with children, parenting. So today, we want to move to a very interesting topic because most times parents usually make mistake between supervision and control. So we want to understand the difference between parental control and supervision and how to balance the two so that there will be no conflict in the family and also in the life of these kids as well. So,
okay, for me, in a very simple way,
right.
I would say supervision is attention to what a child does.
Okay.
A parent being involved in a child's life, paying attention to what they do, and ensuring that the child follows the structure and rules in the home.
Okay.
While I would say control is the excessive micromanagement of everything the child does.
Okay.
Excessive in the sense that you want to be the one making every decision for the child. You want to know everything the child does, which even if it is tolerated when the child is younger, as they grow older, you need to start reducing. But when you as a parent do not know when to step back, when to take that supervisory role and not to overmeddle in everything the child does, that is when you become excessively controlling and it has a lot of consequences.
Okay. So if I get it correctly, supervision is far better than control because when there is control, it makes you to become tyrannical.
Yes.
In the life of that child, which is not healthy because it will make the child withdrawn and not seeing you as a confidant, right? Okay, now moving forward, what are the basic consequences of this control in the lives of the kids involved?
Number one thing excessive control does to a child is that it kills a child's self-confidence. Because when a parent is excessively controlling, that parent does not allow a child thrive, does not allow a child take decision, does not allow the child make choices every day, simple choices. You've already decided what the child will eat, where they will go, what they will wear. Because when it comes to control, everything about the child is involved. You want to be. Sometimes they think it is. Sometimes people mistake this excessive parenting, excessive control as intentional parenting.
Right.
Yes. Because there's something like overparenting.
Oh,
there's something like
lecturers
where you do not allow a child to take control of certain areas of their life. Make choices, because sometimes when you keep on telling a child, don't do this, sometimes let that child do it. and face the consequences. Sometimes it is in actual activities, it is in repercussion, facing consequences of your action that the child actually learns.
Exactly.
So, and again, one thing with one bad effect of control is that it does not tell why, it just issues orders. You tell a child, don't do this. But when it comes to supervision, you might be here. If I have told the child, don't go there, I've told you 1,000 times. I might sit here and watch you go there so that you see what it's exactly you're looking for. But when it comes to control, you're constantly trying to pin this child down here to make sure that the child doesn't even move. Because sometimes we also underestimate children. Sometimes they might get there and figure out how to get over that thing we're trying to prevent them from.
Exactly.
We do not give them enough credit. So excessive control limits children. It builds children that are over dependent on their parents, because when a child grows from young age to the teenage years and you're making choices, making decisions for them, doing everything for them in the name of control, you raise a child who cannot make decisions for themselves, a child who will remain dependent on you even when they are adults. The kind of man that will be in his house and be calling his mom to ask him how to run his home. The kind of girl that needs her mother to help her do things in the house, help her choose, like, people that over time they've not been able to make simple decisions for themselves. And another thing with people like that is that they also know how to push responsibility, because you've not given them the opportunity to make simple choices. Even you choose to eat this morning. Sometimes I let my kids wake up in the morning, everybody choose what you want to eat, but you're going to finish anything you set. Something like that. A simple freedom. My own supervision is now in ensuring that whatever you cook, you will eat. But your choice is yours. So when you make this today, whatever you concoction you decide to eat, it's fine. You're on your own. So tomorrow you will now decide on if you want to repeat what you did yesterday. So it teaches them responsibility. It teaches them to make choices. Exactly. It teaches them to face the consequences of their action. Because if I'm the one that asks you to do this, just like choosing a career path, it's part of the control parents. They choose. I meet children and they're telling me, my mommy wants me to be a doctor. My daddy wants me
even
to.
In this era.
Why do you want to be this in secondary school? And these children, they are struggling in the core subjects they need to study these things. But because their parents are in charge of these choices,
more like living the life of their parents, and it doesn't make sense.
They project in different areas of these children's life. Monitoring. Okay, yes, supervision involves monitoring, because sometimes children need to know that somebody is like this rule that you made. They need to know that the boundaries that you set, that you are there to enforce it. So, but there's difference between supervision and then that you're controlling their waking moments, their everything they do. They cannot even you don't even trust them enough to get up and go to school. See a 15-year-old that cannot take themselves to school and come back,
or even make a food for him or herself.
There are lots of that's where this independence. Because if you are a supervisor, I can be in the kitchen and tell you, cook, I'll watch you. I can watch you for a few months and then I leave you to control yourself. But if you are a control freak, you will not ever believe that child is capable. That's the first thing they will say. When I tell parents that teaching children to cook from an early age teach them independence. Sure. It builds their self-esteem. They tell you, they will burn the house. I say, why do you have little faith in this child? Or you stand there for some time. Then teach them, and then move back and supervise. Even when you are teaching them, some of them do not train. You are teaching and you are holding the person.
That's not teaching now.
At the end of the day, you grow an individual without even knowing it. The child grows up tomorrow and they are struggling to stand on their feet in society. Oh, because of what your excessive control have done to them.
And it's very bad. So, you that is the parent, I don't know the kind of mother or father. We are not just talking to a mother here.
We are to fathers.
Yes. We are talking to both fathers and mothers. So, we have to put all hands need to be on deck so that you understand the difference between control and supervision when it comes to parenting. Most of the times you hear them say, these kids are becoming something else. If you don't give them strict control, that they are going to go wild and all that. What you have to say to such parents,
it doesn't work that way. That strictness, you've caged this child. Two things always happen. When you send them out, you will hold them in secondary school, you will not hold them in university.
Definitely.
So I am a teen coach. So, and these days, we are sending our children to university at a very young age. 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, they're already in university. So, most of the time, I still handle them. And what happens is, especially even in privileged and non-privileged homes, when these children are growing up in a excessively controlled place, they expect all the choices they make in a day have already been made for them. when they now leave home, or even you send them to boarding school, which is also a structured environment where they are told what to do and
I
what
was
not
not
to
to
do.
do.
Yeah. So when they now gain that freedom for the first time, and then it's in a higher institution, they now wake up one day and they can choose to go to school or not to go. They can choose. The cook said they cannot. They make their bed.
They cannot even do the
They
laundry.
cannot even take care. I'm not even talking about just people in rich room. I'm talking about regular people, everyday people.
Yeah.
The kind of children we are raising, and it's usually from 11 years they've gone to boarding school.
Some 10.
Yeah, some 10 they've gone to boarding school, and then the child comes out at 15, 16, straight to the university. You never really get to know that child. You never really get to groom that child. They get into the university, and then they are meeting life for the first time. All those cages and chains you put around them, they just drop everything at the same time and let loose. They go wild. And then they come home and they pretend.
Sure.
They put on that cloak they know you like.
Mm.
And you see some parents saying, oh, my child will only go to this university around here, so that I will be monitored. I say, you get tired of it.
Exactly.
One of them called me the other day. But I remember last year we were having this conversation. She said she wants her child to go to a university inside this town where we are, inside this one child. I said, okay, so it's a good school. You have a new school here. Why did you choose it? I wanted to hear something meaningful. I wanted to hear her. Maybe because even if she said they will have morals, they will have some sort of control. The only thing she said was so that she can monitor the child. That she's driving out from her back and she will pass the school and that was her reason. And my fear was that both her and her husband share the same sentiments. And recently you will see the person coming to tell me that okay, she went to the school and she was calling the child and the child was turning her around. The child was not in school. So she was telling her cock and bull story. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's not about that thing you are stopping them from doing. When they want to do it, they will do it excessively.
Sure.
They will overdo it. So in different ways, the choices, they can, even the food they are eating in school, they cannot give themselves good nutrition. Because they do not know the reason why they cook at home and why the balanced diet they are eating, how the balanced diet affects their brain and their health. You see them eating junk from January to December in school because they do not even have the willpower to go and make something balanced to eat. And how it affects their health.
Oh.
And another thing is that when they get out there and they are no longer under your control, somebody else takes control of them.
Sure, that's
Their
what
peer influence is on a very high rate. Another you see their age mates pressing them like calculator because they are used to taking orders from people. So that's one of this. It's horrible.
Okay, now moving forward, we've been talking about this control. Now, what are the basic strategies that parents can devise to help them supervise?
Here is the thing. In a home, what a parent needs is structure. This is when we do this. This is when we do this. This is what you should do. Boundaries, rules, regulations in the home. So while you have set these rules, this is obtainable in this house, this is acceptable in this house, this is not acceptable. You don't insult each other in this house. You don't go out and stay out this long without coming home. Once you've set all those rules and you make them know the consequences of breaking those rules. So your place as a parent is to sit back and watch and supervise and monitor. You don't need to wake up at night. Somebody was telling me that she doesn't give her child extra pads. That every day you have to come into her room and pick up the pad. I said, why this person? She said, because she wants to be sure that she's really seeing her period. Because she might just come and collect the pad.
Interesting.
I said, so you believe she's pregnant? Or I don't understand. Your teenager.
Child.
She said, she sometimes she'll check them for virginity. I cringed.
Wow.
Why not teach this child the consequences of premarital sex? Why not teach this child why they need to stay pure for themselves, not even for anybody? And then monitor that they are not child. Maybe you don't give them internet access, that they are chatting around with people. Just as a parent, set rules. Have clear rules and let your children know the consequences of breaking those rules. And then your place as a supervisor, you should ensure that whenever they break those rules, those consequences you stipulated, make sure you follow through. Because children will test boundaries.
Sure.
You tell a child, don't do this. They will do it to you. Even a toddler.
Exactly.
You say, don't touch this. They'll touch it and they
Let
will
me
look at
know
you.
whether this thing can hurt or what.
Or if this woman says, if I touch it, she'll beat me. They'll touch it and know if you really mean that. They'll touch it 3 times. And when they see that for that 3 times that they touch it, that you beat them for 3 times, they'll stay away from it. So people as teenagers, they do the same thing. They will test boundaries, but ensure that whatever consequences you have set in place, that you follow through with it. And then again, spend time with your children. Because sometimes the children you are afraid will do something, that's not where their mind is. They're doing another one. But it's when you spend time with them, You get to talk with them. You get to connect with them. They get to see you as a human being. They understand why you are trying to. Because if I punish my child, next time they come back and they apologize, because they understand why I'm not giving you. You do not wash the plate. You are going to wash for the whole week. You are going to do everybody's job. I will not beat you, but you're going to face whatever consequences I say. You're going to face it. And then when they will come back and they will say they are sorry. And next time it's not even me. They're not doing it for themselves. You're going to take more time to do more if you don't do the simple one you're supposed to do. Do you understand? They understand actions and consequences. So as a parent, try as much as you can to create a structure in your house. Sometimes those shouting you do, we are not communicating.
You're not communicating.
You shout, and at the end of the day, the child does not even understand the genesis and the end of what you say.
You know, just like my sister, she will shout from morning till night without passing a message.
And before you are in your 40s, you are having BP, you're having high blood pressure. Every day your head is troubled, you have headache because of shouting. But if you actually sit down with these children and ask them, sometimes the person you gave a chore might not actually know how to do it. It's not like they don't want to do it, they don't know how to
go about it.
So you just asking the child, what is the problem? Why is it that every day you sweep this place, you will not do it well? The child is telling you, this is the how best I know. Do take time, follow me to let me show you how it's done. Let me write, I write SOP, standard order of operation for my children.
Wow, amazing.
If this place is your chore, I'll write down first thing to do, set the chairs, number 1. Number 2, put everything back in its place.
Intentionality
Number
that
3,
we're talking
sweep.
about.
Arrange, step by step. Because I have a 9-year-old, I have a small child.
Yes.
Step by step. The person that does, I will even come and paste the SOP on your wall. At this point, I no longer write it; they write it themselves.
Wow.
Because if I come to you supervise,
have,
they know what I'm coming to check. So they write it down step by step. This is if I'm cleaning the toilet, this is where she wants me to clean. So sometimes it is communication gap. That is why you are shouting. That is why you're yelling. So fill up these gaps, and you don't need to come and be following them around, up and down. You don't need to be chasing them like toddlers that are just learning how to walk. And as they grow older, give them space a bit. Monitor what they do, especially, and then again, if you're the kind of parent that is a control freak, if you're a control freak, so why are you giving them access to the internet?
Why not seize the phone?
That is
the gadgets.
You monitor, and the thing is that they are more tech savvy than we are.
Sure.
Give them a phone today. By next week, they're going to places you never dreamt of going to.
Honestly.
So why give it to them? Monitor. Set parental control. Link their devices to yours if it is truly, truly important. So tell them why you are supervising them. Tell them why you don't want them to. They have sense. They're not stupid.
Exactly.
Then if you explain things to them, if you touch this thing, it's going to pierce your finger, it's going to injure you, you're going to bleed. Don't do it. It's better than if you touch this and I'll slap you. So what they will do is if you're not around, they will touch you because it is slapping as a problem.
Yes,
when they understand that it is because this thing will injure me, that's why they said I should not touch. Even if you're not here, they will not touch it.
Exactly.
Communication.
Enough to shouting. Enough to screaming. Mothers, we are all you guys are amazing. Please, let's just stop screaming, shouting. You are endangering your life. Communicate. Just like she said, these kids are not stupid. They have sense. Tell them whatever you're doing, whatever lesson you're just trying to pass to them, let them understand. Let them see it from your own perspective. And enough of this caging, especially for the teenagers, the female teenagers. Most times you allow them. We're not trying to advocate for you, giving them that space to mess up and all that. Just allow them, give them some breathing space.
I sent my 14-year-old. She said she likes to make perfume.
Okay.
So she learned how to make perfume, and she said she needed ingredients to make it. I gave her money. Someone directed her way. She went to OC to do it
on her own. Wow.
She went to OC, and the first thing all I did was give her a small phone to communicate. She didn't even need to use it. She came home. Everybody was shouting.
Wow.
I've seen 19-year-olds who are already in second year, third year
university.
They cannot move from here to here because they're used to you micromanaging them, holding their hand and doing everything for them. Tomorrow they will grow up to be adults who still need somebody else to
push them around.
And this kind of children easily gets influenced. If somebody says you need to smoke this for you to be able to do this, they will do it. Definitely. They don't have a mind of their own. They are used to being controlled. So control kills drive. It kills the drive in every human being. So that excessive control, you will continue controlling them until it's you that is pushing them. Move. Go and make your own choices. You're not an adult. You behave like an adult. Why it is a product that's something you created for yourself.
Control kills drive. That's my take home statement today. That's what I'm going home with. Control, excessive control on this case kills drive. It kills their self-esteem. It makes them to be the lesser version of themselves. Sometimes you give them some breathing space to exercise their rights, but under small supervision, because these kids too are wonderful. They are wonderful.
They need the
honestly.
supervision.
These two work together, but you shouldn't allow control to supersede supervision. As you're controlling, you're also supervising. You have to be intentional. Intentionality in parenting does not mean you controlling, you be all over these kids. It is all about you correcting, communicating, creating structures that are workable, correcting in love, adopting constructive criticism instead of screaming, shouting, and all that. Take a chill pill. These kids are amazing, and we have to re-strategize so that we can bring out the best from them. I believe you've picked one or two from Coach Linda Nodiogo. Yes, I forgot to add that, Coach. Yes. Before we pack our bags out of the studio, please, I want you to tell us more about this amazing insight of Elevate Kids Hub, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Elevate Kids Hub is a center for children.
Okay.
Where they can learn in a safe environment. They learn life skills they are not taught in schools. Because something like public speaking, communication, building responsibility, just like when they come to the hub, I don't need to micromanage everybody. We have hub, we have the rules.
Yeah.
They know why they're there. We have value system, have values that we invite in them. It helps them build the kind of skills that even when they come out of schools, they have skills that are already marketed.
Exactly.
Just like during the long vacation, they learned how to make yogurt, they learned how to make perfumes, they learned about sexuality, they learned about how to be their identity, they learned public speaking, all these amazing skills that children can come out straight from secondary school, and while their peers, you are complaining about Gen Z and how they are doing the wrong things,
they are making their money.
Media, while their mates are doing something negative, they are preoccupied with meaningful things. Because we have 9-year-olds, 8-year-olds already producing things, and they're already thinking of how to start their business empire. We have young children who believe that they can be the next Coach Linda, that they can be public speakers. They already, they have a book club where they can pick up any book they want, read, review, and talk about what they have read. So Elevate Kids Hub is basically a center where children gain confidence, where children explore, discover themselves, and become the best version of themselves.
Okay, so please give us the address, the location for people out there that are interested. Not even that are, because a lot of people are interested.
Yes. Okay, so at Elevate Kids Hub, we meet every Monday and Saturday.
Okay.
From 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at number 3 Oteba, GRA Onitsha. And anybody that needs to contact us can get us on 070 646 66068.
Just the number showing on your screen as you're watching this, so that you can contact Coach Linda for that positive, intentional parenting that you so much dream of. And I bet you that at the end of the day, you will not regret sending your kids to the home, because they will come back as new people. You understand? So please, enough to screaming, enough to shouting, enough to all those things that limit these kids. Give them room to express themselves. And as you are doing that, be accessible so that these kids can boldly come to you when they have personal or pressing issue that they need to confide in someone. So please, always manage these kids like humans and not fools or slaves. Until we meet some other time, from me to you, remember, this is Buwa Community Voice, where we amplify your voice. And what we did today was how to manage parental control and supervision, getting the balance and having a stable home. Thank you, my big sister, for doing justice to this topic. And thank you for being a part of what we do here.
It's my pleasure. Anytime, any day.
All right.